Hello, everyone. We are on day 4 of our wisdom book, How Do You Know It's Fall? And we are going to go ahead and just jump right in, okay? We've got a lot to get done, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to share my screen.
Welcome back, second graders. I'm Sue Sabella, your Great Minds teacher. Let's get ready to do some powerful thinking together. Today you'll need How Do You Know It's Fall, your Wit and Wisdom Instinct Journal, and a pencil. Pause here to gather what you need, and then hit play when you're ready to continue. Scientists can observe changes in people and nature. Scientists can also read about changes in people and nature. When scientists read to learn more about people and nature, they gather evidence from the text to support their thinking. The evidence backs up or supports their thinking. Today we'll be thinking about the important message in this text. We'll investigate how the weather in fall changes and how these changes impact people, plants, and animals. Please read the focusing question to yourself, and then we'll read it together.
So the focusing question is, how do changes in fall weather impact people and nature?
How do changes in fall weather impact people and nature? Today, you'll record evidence in your journal to help you answer this question. You'll be doing that just like a scientist. Now it's time to dive into our text. We'll be rereading pages 9 through 18 as we look for evidence from this text. First, I'd like you to reread page 9 closely to determine what the weather is like in the fall. How is it different from summer? I'm going to scoot off to the side so you can take your time to read and think about what the weather is like in the fall.
Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing the screen, and we're going to go back and look at the book and read page 9. Okay. Okay, so page 9 says, what's the weather? In some areas, the air gets cooler in fall. There is less sunlight at this time of year. The days become shorter as the sun goes down earlier each night. Fun fact, on the first day of fall, day and night are each about 12 hours long. Fall can be windy and chilly. We wear pants, sweaters, and coats to stay warm. This boy and his father are dressed for a fall walk. Okay, so let's go back to the video. Here we go.
Pause here and then hit play to continue.
We just did that.
It's time to set up an evidence organizer in your Wit and Wisdom Instinct journal. You'll notice that I turned my journal on its side. I wrote the focusing question at the top of the page, and then I have 3 columns with questions along the top and 3 categories along the side. You can use a ruler if you have one to create your lines. I did not have a ruler, so I just dragged the pen across the paper to make my lines. Pause here so you can create your evidence organizer in your own journal.
Okay, so we're not going to do that. I have already uploaded the evidence organizer for you, and we're going to create one together during class.
I read pages 9 through 10. I gathered evidence.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at it. And I need to pull it up. Okay, so it's right here. This is our evidence organizer. Okay, so if we are looking at page 9 and 10, we know that it said the weather changes. I need to move this somehow. It says the weather changes. How does the weather change? It says the air gets cooler, there's less sunlight, and the days grow shorter. Okay, so how does the weather change that it affects people? So the air gets cooler. All right. And what is the impact of the air getting cooler on humans? If we look back at the book, what does the man and the little boy have to do because the air is cooler? They have to dress in warmer clothes. Good. So the impact on humans is that we dress in warmer clothes. And we found that evidence on page 9 and 10. Okay. So now let's look and see, how does the weather changing affect animals? So it says plants and animals in the fall. Fall bursts with color. Some leaves turn red, orange, yellow, and brown. Then they drop off the trees. Fun fact, leaves change colors because there is less sunlight in fall. Animals use this time to get ready for winter. Many store food for the cold weather ahead. Squirrels hide nuts and acorns. This squirrel has gathered nuts for winter. We're looking for how it affects plants. So what is something that plants need in order for their leaves to stay green? They need sunlight, and there is less sunlight in the fall. And what's the impact of there being less sunlight in the fall on those leaves? What does this fun fact tell us? Leaves change colors because there is less sunlight in the fall. So the impact is the leaves change colors and the leaves fall off the trees. And we found that evidence on page 13. Okay, now let's see, how does it affect animals? How does the change in weather affect animals? Animals use this time to get ready for winter. Many store food for the cold weather ahead. Squirrels hide nuts and acorns. This squirrel has gathered nuts for winter. Some birds migrate. They leave for warmer winter homes. You might hear a flock of geese honking in the sky. A flock of geese flies in the shape of the letter V. Monarch butterflies also migrate. They journey to warmer places during the cold winter months. Fun fact: monarchs fly to California and Mexico for the winter. So one thing that the weather does to impact animals is that the animals know that there is colder weather coming. And so what happens? What do the animals do because they know the colder weather is coming? What were the squirrels doing? They gather food for the winter. And what about the birds and the butterflies? What were they doing? They migrate to warmer winter homes. Good. And we found that evidence on pages 14 through 18. Okay.
On how the weather changed. I noticed that it was getting cooler.
I'm going to fast forward this part because we just did it.
Continue to read to page 18. Also, continue to gather your evidence so you can think about how plants and the animals were impacted by the fall weather. Gather your evidence in your journal and be sure to let us know where you found your evidence by marking down the pages in that last column.
We kind of already done that all together. And if you look, our chart is almost identical to what she came up with. Guys, I'm going to have to probably cut this off and do it a second video to finish the lesson because my Chromebook is about to die. And my charger is at school and I am at home doing this. So I might have to post this part of the video and then post a second half of the video tomorrow morning. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead before my Chromebook completely dies on me, and I'm going to turn off the lesson, and I will finish posting part 2 of this lesson tomorrow morning. Okay? All right. Bye, guys. I'll finish this later. See you later.